solitary two-track trails may be found throughout the Mojave Desert. These routes lead to abandoned mines, primitive camping spots, and other locations of interest that are not widely known. As we drove down one of these tracks in a 2024 Ranger Raptor, we were looking for a memorial to the crew of a YB-49 that had fallen in 1948. The YB-49 was an early flying wing aircraft that was a predecessor to the B-2 bomber. It was Captain Glenn Edwards who served as the co-pilot on that terrible day, and the Edwards Air Force Base, which is located nearby, carries his name today. As we made our approach toward Ground Zero in an unsure manner, the small route that we were following hugged the rough contours of the earth and wove between scraggly creosote bushes. But there was one thing that we knew for sure: an F-150 Raptor would not be able to make its way down this road. Despite the fact that we have a deep affection for the Ford F-150 Raptor and its undoubted off-road capabilities, we have always believed that it is far too large and broad for terrain of this nature. For crying out loud, it is a legal requirement that drivers of commercial trucks have clearance lights installed. On the other hand, shorter vehicles, such as Jeep CJs, were responsible for blazing the majority of the two-track trails. In other words, they are not wide, and the only amount of trimming that the vegetation receives is from the periodic passage of more Jeeps, Toyota 4Runners, and, increasingly, tiny off-road pickups. Even though trail striping is a common risk associated with the F-150 Raptor, the Ranger Raptor is well sized to protect against this existential threat to the vehicle's resale value. Please don't misunderstand us. A conventional F-150 is 0.1 inch smaller than the Ranger Raptor, at least out of the fenders, but the Ranger Raptor is still a wide-stance off-road pickup in the Raptor mold. Nevertheless, it is constructed from the brand-new 2024 Ford Ranger, which is a little vehicle that measures only 75.5 inches in width. Even though the Ranger Raptor is 4.3 inches wider than its Junior Raptor counterpart, the Junior Raptor is still 6.8 inches narrower than its larger sibling. This is mostly due to the fact that the Ranger Raptor's long travel suspension places its tires 3.5 inches further apart. This gives you a lot of space to navigate between the woody shrubs, and it gives a driver greater choice to choose a course on challenging trails that are devoid of vegetation. Despite the fact that you seldom venture off-road, the aforementioned will still pay rewards in parking lots and in your garage, where it will be nearly 2 feet shorter and approximately 4 inches lower. The same 3.0-liter V6 twin-turbo engine that powers the Bronco Raptor also drives the Ranger Raptor. The Ranger Raptor produces 405 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque instead of 418 horsepower and 440 pound-feet of torque due to its larger exhaust piping. There's no need to worry though, since the 5,372 pound curb weight of the Ranger Raptor is 392 pounds less than that of the Bronco Raptor we drove. The Ranger Raptor demonstrates all of this at the track, where it reaches 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds, completes the quarter mile at 97 miles per hour in 14.1 seconds, and rockets from 50 to 70 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds. In all three categories, the Bronco falls short. Just a tenth slower than the F-150 model to 60 miles per hour, the Ranger Raptor nevertheless performs admirably. Underneath, longer forged aluminum upper and lower control arms are the main source of the Raptor's 3.5-inch front track increase. With longer tie rods, the reinforced steering rack is a custom design rather than an afterthought from the standard Ranger. There is a front anti-roll bar and 2.5-inch Fox lid valve shocks with variable compression damping that provide dampening. 4 trailing links lead to the axle tube, which is 3.5 inches wider in back and supported by truss work. Rather than using the standard Panhard rod for lateral control, a Watts linkage is used, which is a more costly method that offers more cornering rigidity and balanced roll behavior. There's no rear anti-roll bar, and the springs are coilovers around the Fox dampers.